I don't know if you're familiar with his YouTube channel. Probably not. It's called Charisma on Command. They have almost 7 million subscribers.
No, it sounds exciting. I mean, the title is very clickbaity. It's a large number. It was stolen from me. It was my friend.
A few months ago, I discovered that one of my closest friends had stolen $120,000 from me.
Really?
So I want to share this story with you because, one, it's the greatest and most painful betrayal that I think I've experienced, at least in my adult life.
I like that he made a video
It's the
out
most
of it.
costly business mistake I've probably ever made, and I don't want this thing
because he worked for this company.
To you. Sadly, I've come to see and learn
He's
that this
the boss.
pattern of
This
behavior
guy worked for
that
him.
I thought was basically impossible is far more common than I'd expected. And though it's not a lot of people that do this, they tend to run this pattern over and over again, so that the number of people that are actually impacted by this is far, far greater. So if you see any
Narcissist.
aspect of yourself
Typical
in this
narcissist.
story, I hope that this wakes you up and prevents you from experiencing what I did. For context, several months ago, I'm closing the deal to purchase Charisma on Command. I'm a 50% owner. I'm buying 100% from my co-founder because we've been in a deadlock. And this is wonderful and amazing, but it's also the largest purchase I have ever made. So in order to make sure that I can finance it, I start logging into accounts that I haven't been in for years. So like I'm looking at my retirement account, you know, the 401k that I haven't even looked at. I'm like, okay, I can liquidate this. And the other account that I look in is this crypto account. Because several years prior, I'd had an employee and this close friend of mine who was named Ivan Hidalgo purchase a bunch of crypto on my behalf.
Why would you get someone else to purchase crypto on your behalf? Already, like, you're an idiot.
You're a mark.
You're a mark.
I don't know what to tell you. You didn't know how to do it, or
Yeah, I don't
you
like.
literally do it on your phone.
I don't like that.
There's a layer of culpability.
That's the point I was gonna get at.
Sure, it's inappropriate that somebody would take from you, but sometimes there also is a layer of culpability.
That's the whole theme. But
I don't want to victim blame. I don't want to victim blame.
no.
No victim blame.
No. In this case, you should.
A little bit.
Because his channel is all about how to sell people on, you know.
Charisma on
You
command.
should kind of know people.
You should know how to use that charisma.
And I just hadn't looked at it. Now, the good news was crypto had done what crypto did in that period of time, which is that $12,000 had 10x'd to about 120 grand, which was going to be very, very useful in financing this deal.
Sick.
So I plug it into my computer, I log into this nano ledger, and my heart falls off of a cliff because this graph falls off of a cliff.
Yeah.
I watch it go up,
took the
up,
money.
up to $120,000, and then instantly, boom, $45. And my heart is racing, and I'm going, what the heck is going on here? So I try to discern what's happening. And as I hover over the transactions, I see that 6 months prior to this login, in the middle of the night, in a series of transactions, all of the money in my account was moved to other accounts. So I call the cops. I start trying to figure out what happened. I make that frog report. And immediately, I think there's only one person that this really could have been, because Ivan bought this for me. And when he bought it for me, he sent me a photo of the seed phrase, which is effectively the crypto password, right? It's a list of words that if you lose access to this ledger, you can still get access to your account. And so that existed digitally. But I'm thinking, because I'm still naive at this point in time, maybe
Yeah, you are.
a family member of his got access to it. Maybe he lost his phone and somebody ran an AI scraper and they dug it.
What he's about to tell you about this guy, once you know this about him, what he's saying right now is just completely idiotic.
Now, this was especially naive, and you'll see this pattern over and over again, because about a year and a half prior, I'd fired him for lying to me and gray area stealing, which is no longer a gray area. I now see what actually happened.
What's gray
but I
area
fired him
stealing?
for that. So we weren't in contact at this point in time.
I
We were no
like
longer
mistakes.
cool with one another. So I reached out to my co-founder, who was still in interaction with him. I was talking to him because of the deal, and said, hey, can you check, like, did he lose his phone about 6 months ago? Did you hear anything? Did his number change to a green number? He's like, no, still same phone number.
What I'm trying to say is the fact that he's ignorant up to this point in his story, right? The fact that he doesn't understand that his friend is just a full-blown vampire guy.
Narcissist.
Yeah, who's just doesn't give a shit. It's just unbelievable, A, in and of itself, and B, for someone that runs a channel about how to manipulate people unconsciously and win in, you know, in financial transactions, or you know, like that's the kind of content
you don't have
makes.
literacy in this sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like he lacks literacy in how a sociopath behaves.
I mean, I feel like that's not uncommon, especially I feel like when people that are marketing their abilities to do things, people build brands on these theories. Doesn't mean they're actually very well versed, right?
It's like a dating coach who hasn't been able to keep a partner for more than 6 months.
Exactly.
That's what it's like.
Exactly, and that
So
exists.
I start piecing it together,
There's
and I
plenty
go to
of
my
women
crypto
out there
friends,
giving
and they help me
really bad dating
with this
advice, and same thing with the
website
pickup
called
artists.
Arkham Intelligence, and they say you put
You know?
any crypto wallet in here, and it will show you all of the interactions that this wallet has had publicly. So thank God for these friends. I take the account that took the money, I put it into Arkham
Bro,
Intelligence.
it'd be hilarious
and
if the
boom,
other friends were
it
also in on
explodes
it,
with information.
and they were just like, "Yeah, give me 10K. You give me. We'll split it up. You get 10K. You get 10K. You get 20 over here.
Yeah.
Somebody does this other part, and everybody's
Let's
just
take
like,
this idiot for what he's
let's
worth.
just take. I'll take him. We'll all chip in and rob him a little bit, and then you go, "Oh my God, somebody stole your wallet. Let me help you look for it."
This is like the investor Ivan, right?
Got it.
This is like empirical evidence that it was this guy Ivan.
He didn't even
Very
try to
nice.
like make it like
No.
user
His
9489.
OpenSea I witnessed
What
him
the fuck?
access from my apartment.
sick profile
is
picture,
listed
though.
as having
The rhino
interacted
with the headphones?
account that took the money. You know who you are, my friends. I love you. I appreciate you. You helped me a ton. So I feel a huge wave of relief, but also like, oh crap, no more deception. You know, this is what happened. So I draft this text and this email. Hey, I know exactly what happened on this night. I know exactly what you did. Send this crypto back, and this will be the end of it. If you don't, there's going to be a civil and a criminal case, and you're looking at potentially years in jail because, you know, I've done the whole ChatGPT. What could likely happen from this? This is not a small amount of money.
He didn't consult a lawyer. He has ChatGPT. Bro, no wonder you're a mark. You're like, oh, wow, I've been robbed for a very large amount of money, and I probably will need to seek out a lawyer. But instead of consulting a lawyer, I'm going to text you a response that I have gotten from ChatGPT. It's like when people talk to the cops and the cops are like, hey, man, we just want to know what's going on here.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, you're a fucking idiot. Go get the lawyer. If you're talking about any kind of legal matters like this.
We're trying to help you, help us, help you, help us.
If you're worried about legal matters, go get the lawyer.
And not sure what you're talking about, essentially. And I'll put receipts up so you can check it out if you'd like. I write back, you know what I'm talking about. Don't pretend.
So
Send me the money.
Ivan's pretending that he's like, I don't know what you mean, bro.
Because why would he incriminate himself through text message?
Yeah.
None of this is the right way to handle any of this. This man has zero
I'm hearing
charisma.
through my co-founder, who I'm
Yeah,
discussing this deal with at the time, that he really doesn't know, because he's talking to him and saying, I've never heard of this. This is so strange. I haven't heard from years. So weird. I'm on vacation. I'm busy. I can't even handle this. And he's treating it seemingly like it's not a big deal. So I continue to write, and I'm talking to friends who tell me.
I also find his nervous laughter very, very forced and weird and like charismaless, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he has zero charisma. It's why you got fucking your
I'm
shit
gonna have
checked.
to show him
I'm
hard
sorry.
evidence. In one of his texts to me, he says,
That's why you got your shit rocked.
Yeah, you got your shit rocked, man.
these are huge accusations. If you have any hard proof, I'd like to see it, which is a weird thing to say. Like, how would I have hard proof of something that didn't happen? But I do. And so they coach me through the recording of this video that I start the first time I record it. I'm screaming and swearing. And I show them, like, is this what I should send to him? They're like, no, less swear words. We're not trying to scream at him. We're trying to get him to send the money back. So they help me with the charisma aspect of this, which is to flatly
Okay, at least he's admitting that he's lacking in charisma.
explain everything in this video.
Maybe there was a reason why you were held in a stalemate here, huh?
Fuck.
Maybe this is why they didn't want you to
This
take
is
over
your
the
wallet.
brand.
It's only got like 30 transactions in the last 4 years, and there's multiple instances of you interacting with investor Ivan on OpenSea, which is your OpenSea NFT account that I can tie directly to you. The options that you have are continue to deny this, bring that denial to court, and see how it goes. I wouldn't recommend it. You're going to lose both the civil and criminal case, and then you're looking at actual jail time. I don't recommend it. I'm willing to do that.
You said it twice. That's
The other option
does not sound confident.
is that you can send me back the money now.
And what do you know? He gets this video and remembers, oh yeah. And the process begins of him sending me this money back, which I was able to recover in full, except that it took, some teeth pulling in order to get him to do it, obviously. And he would not refund me for the cost of the Nano Ledger, but he did wish me a happy Thanksgiving, which seemed strange after everything that had happened. And just for context.
So wait, he gave it all back to you?
This was someone who had been to my house for multiple Thanksgivings. This was my genuinely second closest friend after my co-founder. This was someone who I took to my sister's wedding as my +1, even though it was like a kind of a goofy thing to do. He slept on my couch for months at a time. Full access to everything in my life and my heart, genuinely. Like, so much care and affection and trust was given to him. So that Happy Thanksgiving line, it just cuts even like, holy shit, was any of this real? And that thought keeps echoing in my head because yes, I have the money, but now I can think, this guy's been hired for years. He had intimate access to everything in my life, including my business. So I have to go look. And at this point, I've bought the business, so I now have access to his old email account and my co-founder's old email account. And there's just correspondence in there that is helpful for me to dig into it. So I start going into Ivan's old email account, and I find, which is something that you should start to pay attention to, a lot of weird stuff. The first...
we're just starting to pay attention. Bro, we were on, like, it's obvious the guy is a total freaking narcissist, like full-blown narcissist from the beginning of the whole thing.
Yeah.
We're like 8 minutes in.
Thing that I find is seemingly ridiculous lies. Like, one of the things that's in there is a lease agreement for the apartment that he'd been living in. And he told me that the apartment was like a certain amount of money, let's say X per month. But this lease agreement has it listed as 1/2 of that amount of money. Why lie about that? And I started to see there were so many of these like unnecessary, small, for seemingly no purpose lies that I was able to corroborate through this email and through speaking to other people about this. I also started to talk.
Yeah, bro, that's a full-blown narcissist. That's what you're describing. It's an open and shut case, really.
And it's less about...
and he's so perplexed by it.
He's like, I don't understand where they're just lies about like things that you don't need to lie about. And I'm like, because a narcissist, they're not picking and choosing what things to lie about.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
just forming and shaping their own reality. Yeah. And most narcissists, I think, to a certain extent, believe their own lies, right?
Oh, for sure.
Right? Or at least it's like a method acting, right?
I love that.
They're method acting.
Yeah, that's good.
They say, what do you mean you caught me texting that girl? I don't understand how somebody could have gotten to my phone and sent that message. And you're like, nobody fucking got into your phone and sent that message, you psycho. They're not ranking and rating and quantifying.
I can't reiterate enough. This guy is a YouTuber whose specialty, what do you call it? Like armchair psychology, like all these kind of manosphere stuff.
They're all about reading people.
That's what, right? And he's 7 million subscribers, and this guy can't read this fucking obvious.
I wouldn't have made this video.
Psycho.
I wouldn't have made this video.
It's embarrassing.
To me, it's like not only did you get robbed for that $120,000, you also took a shotgun and blew your own dick off.
Seriously,
because now your brand, you've ruined your brand.
You've sullied your brand.
You've sullied your brand.
How can we trust you, brother?
You have no charisma.
And there's that.
The founding story of why we had even hired him. See, at the time when he was hired, I think in 2018, I was very busy with videos, and my co-founder did this hire. He ran the process, and I came in at the end for like the final which of these two people. But I hadn't seen any of the references. I hadn't really seen the application. I hadn't seen even, there was a story that
but that's on you.
Sold his digital.
You have to say, you know what? I've learned from like, I have to pay attention to all the details.
I have to slow down and actually vet people. That's what I'm saying. If he dug into the reasons why he was duped, instead of just being like, isn't it crazy I got duped?
Yeah.
Marketing agency, Ivan had done this, to a larger digital marketing agency for 3 million Canadian, which is why he was wanting a new era of his life. He wanted to be a mentee essentially at a...
This is such an asshole joke, but is 7 million subs in Canada 4 million subs in America? Dude, you know it's the Canadian election today? Are you aware of this?
No, I didn't.
Carney's going to win.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Canada. Have two opinions on that, two mindsets.
Is that a provincial thing or is that like a whole...
No, it's federal.
Federal.
It's the prime minister.
Prime minister.
He's already been prime minister for a month.
Okay.
Because Trudeau on purpose was like, I'm going to step down. It's what fucking Joe Biden should have done with Kamala, right?
Okay, I got it.
Right, like give her some time to govern.
So people
and then
could be like...
Yeah, and then she could have become the president. It could have worked. That plan could have worked.
They would have been like, well...
Right? But they didn't because he's a fucking egomaniac. I digress. This guy has already proven himself to be having the ability to stand up to Trump. So
Which
that's
is huge.
Huge. So that's one. The other mindset is it's Canada, it doesn't matter. Canadians are not gun nuts and abortions are available as far as I understand, across the entire country, right? So if you get a conservative or a far left or a centrist, there's still things fundamentally about Canada that are just left of the states, because the states are obsessed with pro-life and obsessed with guns.
it's the religious fucking
Fundamentalism.
fundamentalism.
But anyway, let's charge through this. There's
a larger
We're almost
business,
done.
but had all of these
Chugga,
digital
woo, woo.
marketing skills and provided tax documents and references and weird-looking like income forms. But all of this had come in, and so I finally get eyes on this, and I see, oh shit. As I start to really look at it, yeah, at first glance, these are tax documents. They're like signed, they're filled out, except the business number and the year is listed as, well, this is like a 2016 tax document. But when I run that business number in Ontario...
You're not a victim. I'm sorry. This is your company. I'm just sorry. This woe is me shit.
You just didn't.
It doesn't correspond.
You're not
with
running a tight ship, brother.
Yeah.
He's
And
written
I'm
in these
sorry.
This is a 7 million subscriber
I'll
channel.
let you talk to them right now, the lawyers or whatever.
Come on.
It wasn't even canceled, some weird thing. But
Some
when I
weird thing.
call that company and say, hey, did you guys purchase a business for roughly 3 million Canadian in 2018? The woman goes, no. I say, well, maybe you wouldn't know. She says, no, I've been here for 20 years. Let me put you in with the CEO. I'll have him email you. So
Blah, blah,
I
blah.
see this instantly.
So now
I
he's
email-
going to admit to ignoring the
him,
red
it's like,
flags.
this feels like a mentorship. He hasn't taught me anything. He has no discernible expertise. He can't even seem to write, which was all like, it was ridiculous how bad his work was. It was so
It's
bad
funny
that we
they
stopped
hired
paying
him to
for
like
a month, and that
mentor
was-
them.
That I thought
And I'm just like, bro,
You're
got
admitting
ran.
you don't know how to run a company.
Yeah, and so you got some guy that came in that was like, I know how to run a company, aka take money.
That was
And I'm
such
like,
an
honestly, I'm not even
This
mad.
fe-
Here's the thing, Ivan Hidalgo, I honestly see a lot of ambition in you. You're a narcissist, and
He's a real American. He's a true
You're like
American
a
patriot.
slime ball, but I'm like, you know what? I think he would get ahead. He's like, probably not the worst guy to have on your team. You just got to sleep with one eye open and your hand on your purse. And I'm, like, at least
You got to use him as a flying monkey in the right way.
you got to act like, you're a pirate, right? So you're on a ship full of fucking scallywags and rapscallions,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you got to use the brute force, right? Like, that guy could tear the shit out of somebody else's life. Use him as a dog. Sick him on other people.
Yeah, a
Feed him
flying monkey.
a flying monkey.
All right.
Give him a T-bone steak here and there.
false to me, and I don't want to work with you any longer. And it wasn't the same nefarious
Yeah, babe.
Sorry.
back and saying,
You're
hey,
good.
that was a weird story. I'm going to actually get external verification of that. You will avoid all of that. The pattern of like image construction has not stopped. And also, I reached out to him to be a part of this video. I gave him the questions that I had. I told him that the way that I wanted this video to go was for him to tell his story.
Obviously, he's not going to do it.
Why would he do that?
He's a narcissist. Like, he doesn't even say the word narcissist. I find that unbelievable. Anyway.
On screen. and to
Also,
invest-
here's the thing. Why would that guy do that? What does he gain from that? Why would he do that?
My takeaway from this video is this guy's a clown.
Clune.
This charisma on command guy.
Absolute clue.
I don't like the fake laugh, the nervous laughter. When he like makes a mistake. I just made a mistake.
Bro, he's the type of guy to like try to like charge back the money he spent at a strip club the next
Oh
day.
my God. All right, let's move on to the next story.